chairwoman of our subcommittee on security and defense, who's sitting next to me.
It's now a process inside NATO, but also with our partners, and not least with partners in the region, with Iraq, Jordan, and other partners in the region, about if NATO is going to do more, what more could we do? So I cannot give you conclusions. I can just describe the process which is going on. I believe there is a potential for NATO to do more, but as I stated, not mainly in combat. What NATO can do in Iraq is to build more capacity, train more forces, help them. That will not solve all problems, but what I can tell you, if you don't do that, we will have a big problem for certain. And then we may end up 2-3 years down the road back in the big combat operation. After Brexit, 80% of NATO's defense expenditure will come from non-EU NATO allies. At least the fighting in that part of Syria has gone significantly down. We need to build on that to find a political solution, a peaceful solution to the conflict in Syria. NATO strongly support those efforts. So Brexit will not change UK's relationship, it will change UK's relationship with the European Union, but not with NATO. You asked me what should we do to keep them close? Well, for me, that's yet another argument for close NATO-EU cooperation, because close NATO-EU cooperation brings all European allies together, regardless of whether they're EU members or not EU members. But the challenge is that China is coming closer to us in cyberspace, in investing heavy in our critical infrastructure, in Africa, in the Arctic. So we need to respond to the fact that China is coming closer to us. So it's not about moving NATO out, but also the fact that China is now developing weapon systems which more and more are able to reach all NATO allied countries, including Europe. I welcome the conference that was held in Berlin. We need a ceasefire, we need to implement the arms embargo, and NATO is a strong supporter of that.
Your assessment on where we stand in one of your previous...
A very sad event which is coming on our agenda, it's UK.
So what shall we do, having no recourse to NATO?
The NATO unity and the political cohesion of its member states. State of play with a significant NATO member, Turkey.
Group, Mr. Kuchuk.
Differences to take decisions and implement